In reality, the vast majority of men over 60 are unaware that the way they drink water, simply plain water, can be the silent cause of problems like erectile dysfunction, lack of energy, and decreased testosterone. It may seem unbelievable, I know, how something so simple can cause such serious effects. However, after more than 30 years treating thousands of men, I can assure you that it's not always a matter of age. Often, it depends on our daily habits. One of the most neglected habits is the way we consume water and the times we do it. I am Dr. Sandra Pereira, a specialist in neurology and men's health with over 30 years of experience. In my office, I've seen men aged 62, 74, and 79 who arrived frustrated, discouraged, and convinced that the best of their lives was already behind them. But time and again, I've seen how simple changes, like proper hydration, can restore energy, performance, and confidence in ways they never imagined. In this video, I'll share 8 powerful science-backed secrets about water and erections that many older men wish they had known decades ago. These are the same principles I apply every day with my patients. At the end of the video, I'll also show you a little-known morning trick that takes just 7 seconds and, combined with proper hydration, improves blood flow and sexual performance. Don't disconnect, because this could be the most important video you'll see all year. Water is blood's best friend, and erections depend on it. First, we need to understand blood flow, because without it, no erection is possible. What many men ignore is that blood is largely composed of water. This means that if you're even mildly dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker, flows more slowly, and hinders circulation. When blood doesn't circulate freely, especially to key areas, the ability to achieve and maintain an erection is directly affected. Dehydration increases blood viscosity, making it similar to syrup, which forces the heart to work harder to pump it. A study from the American Heart Association demonstrates that even mild dehydration can raise blood pressure and reduce endothelial function in blood vessels, which is responsible for producing nitric oxide, essential for vasodilation and blood flow, especially to the penis. Because, in reality, an erection works like a hydraulic process. Everything depends on pressure. It's crucial that blood reaches the penis, fills its cavities, and stays there. But if your blood is thick, slow, or too dense to move properly, that pressure is never generated. You may feel desire, but physically, your body doesn't respond. Blood is made up of more than 90% water. So when you don't hydrate properly, even just a little, blood becomes sluggish. The heart has to strain more to circulate it, which translates to less oxygen and nutrients for the body. The same happens with key hormones like testosterone and nitric oxide, resulting in reduced blood flow to the penis. And this isn't just my opinion, it's pure human biology. Even if you're drinking enough water, something else might be sabotaging your performance from within. And this could be even more dangerous than poor blood flow. It has to do with a hormone essential for every man, and what happens to it when the body enters survival mode. Let's dive into that now. Dehydration silently reduces testosterone. I clearly remember treating a man named Alberto. He was 75 years old, recently widowed, and living alone. His mind was sharp, his eyes alert, but his energy was fading. He looked at me and said, "Doctor, I don't feel sick. I just don't feel like myself anymore." There were no obvious medical crises or emergencies, but something inside him had dimmed, and he didn't understand why. We talked about his situation. He wasn't on any major medications, he exercised some, ate well, and wasn't depressed. But he lacked motivation and had little interest in intimacy. And behind it all was a silent fear. Have my best years already passed? I ran some tests and found his testosterone levels were below normal. Not enough to alarm, but enough to explain how he felt. When I asked about his water intake, he confessed almost apologetically, "The truth is, I don't drink much," he said. And there was the problem. Most men don't realize that dehydration doesn't just cause fatigue or thirst, it puts the entire body into survival mode. The body starts conserving energy, protecting vital organs, regulating temperature, and maintaining blood pressure. Anything not essential for survival, like reproduction, sexual desire, muscle building, and testosterone production, takes a back seat. Testosterone doesn't just affect sex. It also influences motivation, strength, and identity. But when the body detects a lack of water, it dims that spark to protect itself. And the longer you stay dehydrated, the more this hormonal imbalance becomes your new normal. And that's not all. Dehydration brings another silent enemy: cortisol, the main stress hormone. When you're dehydrated, cortisol levels rise. And here's the issue: cortisol and testosterone can't both be at their peak at the same time. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. It's like a pendulum, and most men over 60 find themselves stuck on the wrong side of it. A 2007 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed the link between dehydration and increased cortisol. When cortisol rises, the body prioritizes vital functions, and testosterone production is suppressed. Research from Harvard Medical School also indicated that this hormonal imbalance affects not just sexual desire, but also overall energy and bone health. Back to Alberto's case. I didn't prescribe testosterone or hormone replacement therapy. Instead, I recommended something much simpler: a hydration habit. He started drinking water first thing in the morning. He began carrying a bottle and sipping small amounts throughout the day, instead of waiting to feel thirsty. Avoiding caffeine in the afternoon, alcohol before bed, and learning to listen to his body were key changes. 4 weeks later, he returned to the office with renewed vitality. "Doctor," he said, "I feel more alert, I smile more, and I even feel like going on dates." That spark had returned. All he needed was to give his body what it had been quietly asking for: water. But even if you drink water every day, there's something many men don't understand. It's not just about the quantity, but the way you consume it. This mistake could be why your body still isn't responding as you expect. Most men drink water incorrectly. When I first explained that the way you drink water affects your ability to have erections, many laughed. I'll never forget Ricardo, a 69-year-old retired truck driver, a big, straightforward guy. He looked at me, laughed, and said, "Doctor, it's just water. What am I supposed to do? Pray to it?" I smiled and replied, "No, Ricardo, but you should respect it." That's where many men go wrong. They think drinking water is as simple as chugging a bottle when they feel thirsty. But the reality is that by the time you feel thirsty, your body is already dehydrated. And drinking large amounts of water at once, especially very cold, prevents the body from absorbing it properly. Instead of hydrating the cells, that water passes quickly through the system, overloading the kidneys and flushing out essential minerals. It's like pouring a bucket of water over a dry sponge. It doesn't absorb, it just runs off the sides. The body can only absorb a limited amount of water per hour. Drinking too fast, especially cold water, can shock the digestive system, activating the sympathetic fight or flight response instead of the parasympathetic rest and digest response. This reduces absorption efficiency and can cause excessive diuresis, eliminating essential minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium. These electrolytes are crucial for nerve function, muscle contraction, and maintaining blood pressure, all essential for a healthy sexual response. The body craves consistency. It wants you to sip small amounts of water steadily throughout the day. This maintains blood volume, balances the nervous system, and improves hormonal control. Even posture matters. Drinking while seated rather than standing or moving sends signals to the parasympathetic system, activating rest and digest mode for more efficient absorption. And here's something most men have never heard. Letting the water mix with your saliva for a few seconds before swallowing helps the body process it better. It's an ancient habit backed by modern science. And something even more important, even if you're drinking water correctly, it's very likely you're still engaging in daily habits that counteract all your efforts. Small customs that seem harmless, but silently drain water from your system and destroy your progress. Let's analyze them. The hidden habits that nullify the benefits of proper hydration. There's nothing more frustrating than doing everything right and not seeing results. I see this often in older patients. Men who commit to drinking more water, change habits, and really try to take care of themselves. But a few days later say, "Doctor, I feel a little better, but not as much as I expected." Take Julian, for example. Like many men, he starts his morning with a strong cup of coffee. At the end of the day, he enjoys a glass of wine with dinner. After eating a juicy orange or some watermelon slices, he drinks a large glass of water. It all seems normal until we analyze it from a hydration perspective. Caffeine and alcohol are diuretics. That means they actually draw water out of your body, increasing urine production and dehydrating you more than you realize. You might think you're replenishing fluids, but if you drink water right after coffee or wine, you're just playing catch-up and never balancing out. A single cup of coffee can make you lose the same amount of water or even more. The World Health Organization recommends drinking the same amount of water or double what was consumed in coffee or wine to compensate for that loss. Plus, there's the timing issue. Drinking water immediately after eating high water content fruits like oranges, grapes, or watermelon can dilute digestive enzymes and cause bloating. When that happens, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing nutrients, and the water you drink loses some of its benefits. Drinking water right after fruits can dilute digestive enzymes, cause indigestion, and reduce the absorption of vitamins and minerals from food, thereby weakening the body's nutritional chain. Even something seemingly harmless, like drinking too much water too quickly, what we call overhydration, can flush out essential minerals like sodium, magnesium, and potassium. These minerals are critical for nerve function, muscle contraction, and, of course, your sexual response. This isn't guesswork, it's pure biology. And in the next part, I'll show you exactly why. Let's see what the science says. The benefits of proper hydration for sexual health are backed by science. Research from the National Institutes of Health, NIH, in the United States has shown that maintaining good hydration improves endothelial function, promoting the natural production of nitric oxide, a key factor for erections. Even mild dehydration of just 1% to 2% of body weight can reduce concentration, short-term memory, and reaction times, directly affecting confidence and overall performance. Studies confirm what many men experience. Proper hydration improves blood viscosity, allowing for smoother circulation. It keeps organs like the liver and kidneys functioning efficiently, essential for hormonal regulation. A well-hydrated brain works more clearly, muscles contract better, and well-hydrated blood transports oxygen and testosterone exactly where the body needs it, especially in intimate moments. Even a 1% or 2% drop in hydration levels can negatively affect mood, memory, and concentration. But there's something else that makes hydration even more critical as we age. Something few doctors mention, but that every man over 60 should understand. It's about how aging changes the rules and why your body can no longer afford to ignore them. As we age, the thirst mechanism becomes less sensitive, and the kidneys lose some ability to concentrate urine, making dehydration easier. Additionally, total body water decreases from about 60% in youth to 50% to 55% in older adults. This makes people over 60 much more prone to dehydration. Many common medications among the elderly, like diuretics or blood pressure drugs, also increase dehydration risk. And there's something else you need to know. A simple 7-second habit that complements proper hydration perfectly to unlock real, lasting performance. All you need is your breath and your intention. This technique is very simple. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose. Hold for a few seconds. Then exhale gently through your nose as well. This mechanism is known as nasal nitric oxide release. Nitric oxide is a powerful signaling molecule that helps dilate blood vessels, allowing blood to circulate more freely. Studies published in the Journal of Urology have highlighted the importance of nitric oxide in initiating and maintaining erections, as it's the main trigger for blood vessel dilation in the penis. Deep nasal breathing not only increases nitric oxide, but also activates the parasympathetic nervous system, helping the body relax and optimizing the physiological response. Most men over 60 have reduced nitric oxide levels. One reason blood flow decreases with age, even when the heart is healthy. With just a few intentional breaths every morning, right after your first glass of water, you can activate this system and significantly boost circulation. It's a gentle, natural method that works with your body, not against it. A daily hydration routine can strengthen erections. One of the most frequent questions from men over 60 is, "Doctor, I understand hydration is important, but what exactly should I do?" That's why I've developed a clear daily hydration routine based on science and the success stories of men I've treated. This approach also follows general recommendations from organizations like the Mayo Clinic, which suggest 3 to 3.7 liters of fluids per day for men and 2 to 2.7 liters for women, depending on activity and climate. Building the foundation of strength starts with water. So, I propose this morning routine. Before coffee or breakfast, drink a glass of room temperature water slowly while seated. Within the next 2 hours, drink another glass, this time with a pinch of salt to help retain essential minerals. Around lunchtime, drink 1 or 2 more glasses, again, seated and without rushing. In the afternoon, add another glass, especially if you've had caffeine or been exposed to the sun. Early in the evening, drink 1 last glass, stopping at least an hour before bed to avoid interrupting sleep. Now, you know that hydration plays a much more important role in sexual health and overall vitality than many doctors usually say. You've learned that the blood flow at the base of a strong erection depends on fluid, well-diluted blood, composed of more than 90% water. If you find this content useful, share it, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more practical, science-backed advice designed for men over 60. Start today. Do the simple things. Recover your energy, your strength. Recover your body, glass by glass. And if you want to take the next step to become a stronger, more vital version of yourself, stick with me. There will be more science, more strategies, and more truths that no one else will tell you. But for now, remember this: